Charlie climbs Mount Everest, a 3rd through 5th grade math story problem. There once was a little boy named Charlie. Charlie was a very active boy. Growing up, Charlie loved to do anything outdoors. He loved to climb on the monkey bars, play soccer, and chase the girls at recess. When Charlie was 8 years old, he learned about mountains in his 3rd grade class. His teacher, Miss Turner, taught them that the tallest mountain in the world was Mount Everest. Mount Everest's summit, or highest point, is at 29,035 feet above sea level. Climbing Mount Everest is possible, but very dangerous, and only a handful of expert climbers had ever attempted to climb to the famous summit. Charlie decided right then that his goal in life was to climb Mount Everest, and boy was he determined. Charlie started practicing by going to the local fun zone and climbing the rock wall. When he first started, he had trouble even reaching the top of the easiest course. Charlie wanted to give up, but he wasn't a quitter. He was going to keep practicing and keep getting better little by little every day. Charlie trained every week for years and years and years. He climbed his first difficult mountain a few years later. His climbing coach took him to Africa to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. It was a lot of hard work, but he reached the top. Charlie was only 13 years old when he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. It took him only 9 days to climb to the summit, which was 19,336 feet above sea level. When Charlie was at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, he realized that he loved the feeling of working hard towards a goal and accomplishing it. It was then that he realized he could climb Mount Everest. All he had to do was keep training and set his mind to it. The reward of reaching the top would be worth it. A few years later, he was ready. Finally, his time had come. He booked a climbing trip for the following spring. As he was packing for his trip, Charlie realized that he needed to know how long it was going to take him to climb up the tallest mountain in the world. Charlie knew that he could climb 3,625 feet per day. If Mount Everest is 29,035 feet tall, how many days would it take Charlie to climb to the top? Since Charlie was paying attention in math class, he knew calculating this would be simple. Well, 29,035 divided by 3,625 is about 8. So Charlie could climb the tallest mountain in the world in 8 days. After talking to his friend about the climb and telling him that it would only take him 8 days, his friend reminded him of something. Remember altitude! When climbing a really tall mountain, you need to take frequent breaks to become acclimated to the altitude. As long as you climb up higher, the atmosphere gets thinner, and the amount of oxygen in the air decreases, making it harder to breathe. So, Charlie needed to add a few extra days to make sure he doesn't get sick and have to turn around. After doing some research, it is recommended that climbers stop every 8,000 feet to rest for 2 days to get used to the atmosphere. So how many times will Charlie have to stop? Well, the first time, of course, will be 8,000 feet. The next time, we can calculate by multiplying 2 by 8,000. That will give us our answer of 16,000 feet. So the second time he'll have to stop is at 16,000 feet. The third time, we can calculate by multiplying 3 times 8,000. 3 times 8,000 will give us 24,000. So the third time he'll stop is at 24,000 feet. The fourth time, 4 times 8,000 equals 32,000. But wait, there won't be a fourth time because the summit is less than 32,000 feet. Because 29,035 is less than 32,000. So, Charlie will have to stop 3 times because 3 times 8,000 is 24,000. If Charlie has to stop 3 times for 2 days each time, how many days will that add to his trip? Well, 3 times 2 is 6. So that'll add 6 days to his trip. Now we remember that it was going to take Charlie 8 days to climb to the top based on his rate of climbing. So 6 days plus 8 days is equal to 14 days. And 14 days is equal to 2 weeks. In April, Charlie left and started to climb the tallest mountain in the world. The weather was great the entire trip, which meant they could stay on schedule and not face any delays. Charlie reached the top in only 14 days. When he reached the top, he was so happy that he had accomplished a goal he had set for himself in Miss Turner's 3rd grade classroom. Charlie worked long and hard. He trained for years and years and years, but he showed the world that with a lot of hard work and dedication, You can accomplish anything.